Hello, anybody, somebody, nobody, whoever never see this. This is Zephyr Alexander Faust, the Whiff, to come back at you some more of Warhammer 40k. This time is going to be my Be'lakor Daemons Undivided army. Now, you could still do a CSM, Disciples of the Shadowmaster Be'lakor army, but I'm actually going to exclude that one, because that doesn't really feel like Undivided, and there already are Undivided CSM armies, and I feel like, well, you know, you could do that with Be'lakor. And he's gonna give them Disciples of Shadows, which is nice. I feel like as long as you're getting that with the Locus of Shadows, for Be'lakor anyway, that doesn't necessarily matter. Disciples of Shadows, the Locus of Shadows. The thing is that that was previous. I don't know if it's still a thing. Which is annoying. The Locus was for Demons, and your opponent cannot reroll the hit roll, which is far superior. But again, I don't know if that's still a thing or not. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be a thing, but regardless, it's still going to be a good army. So this is just like my ideal team. So this is not correctly yellow scribed, so bear with me. You're going to be having a battalion, and I'm aware he's a supreme commander, but you could just do battalion, it doesn't matter. Or in fact, you do need it to be a battalion, but it's still going to be fine if you did it without him as supreme commander. It just really doesn't matter. So might as well just bloody include him in the detachment anyway. So you're gonna have Be'lakor, a Hellflayer, 2 Contorted Epitomes, 3 Exalted Flamers, 3 10-man squads of demons of Bloodletters, and 3 Soulgrinders with Mark of Nurgle. These get pretty freaking nasty, especially if they get the Locus of Shadows on these, and then they're giving it as well. Basically guaranteeing everyone in your army is gonna your opponent won't be able to reroll the hit roll on anybody, and if they're more than 12 inches away for shooting, it technically doesn't say shooting, but 13 inches melee, then it's gonna be -1 to the hit roll as well. It's gonna be very nice. Soul Grinders with the, and then so yeah, I don't know if they get that. The Soul Grinders with the Mark of Nurgle brings them to T9. Bloodletters, they're not getting the +1 to hit, but Be'lakor can pick one. And people in his air, I think it's just the one he picks for Shadow Lord. Yeah, I could just choose one core. They're gonna give re-roll all hit roll, so that's gonna be very nice. The Exalted Flamers are nice. Just so you have like some other shooting that's gonna be hard hitting against something, possibly, just to give you the option. Also, you could just have them hang back and give the defensive bonuses if you need to play that playstyle as well. If you really want, you could get rid of them and maybe bring Screamers, but I think you're gonna have a point issue. So this actually works out to a perfect 2k, I think. Yeah. So, and you're gonna start with 3 CP. So this is just my build for the army, how I think it'd look good. The Hellflayer is just going to be kind of bad. It's just another way to burn points. You don't technically need it based on everything else, as long as you don't get anything else besides the 2 Contorted Epitomes, because you need matching or 1 less for 1 if you go exceed or below for demons. Of course, the Bloodletters have their demonic icon and instrument because it's free now. However, the Contorted Epitome, you're going to have one of it. It's going to have Hysterical Frenzy, Symphony of Pain, and Slothful Claws, which is the relic. You're going to pay for that. And that's going to just be your main character killer stuff. Just run and mess stuff up. And the other one is going to have Cacophonic Choir and Pavane of Slanesh and the Forbidden Gem. They're going to turn off auras. They're going to try to do mortals and stuff. And, it's not bad at melee as well. And then, fun fact, I already mentioned this in the Slanesh video, but on a 2-up, they have a Feel No Pain as a 2-up against mortals. Very funny. Swallow Energy. It's like the only thing in the game that has a 3-up or better against for a Feeling of Pain, I think. I think there's one other thing in the game that has a 3-up, maybe? But yeah, they have a bloody 2-up. And then Be'lakor, of course, with his Warlord trait for Shadow Lord. It's your Warlord required. You're going to give him Pall of Despair, which is quite odd. And Penumbral Curse. That'll make him a bit tankier, make someone ass. Not necessarily him, but someone ass. You can turn off auras again, or you can stop an action, or you can give someone fight last. In the end, if you don't necessarily need these things, then you can just use them to smite. Just smite monkeys. I tried before I did this video. Where is the poor bastard? This is my old Be'lakor. I tried with the KNIGHT Abominant, right? Because it's hella cool, and you change the list up to make it work. I think if you want to include this, you can do some changes, and it's super cool. Is it good? You need to play the What If game a lot to make it good, and then it'll be above average. But you're gonna say, oh well, it got kills here and there, blah blah blah, and then it gets its psychic off, blah blah blah, and then your opponent just didn't immediately melt it to the ground, and you lose a lot of this army. Like, you have to get rid of soulgrinder, bloodletter, and some other stuff to make it work. About that, because it's so expensive. I versed it versus a soulgrinder, and the soulgrinder, for its cost value, has so much more efficiency. It's tankier as fuck. It has a better invul. Well, no, it has the same invul for shooting, but it actually has an invul against melee, versus this one doesn't. And so if anything comes into melee with it, it just gets shredded. And its melee is good, but like the soulgrinders is better generally. And then even then, this is almost 3 times the freaking points, which is just absurd. So the KNIGHT Abominant is 430 versus the soulgrinder is like, what, 170 or something? 190. Yeah. So not 3 times, but like 2.5 or some shit like that. You just get so much more value for the soulgrinder, honestly. So while super cool, probably easily my top 5 models in the game, it's just it's not efficient. It really isn't. If you want to have mad drip though, freaking run it. But you're gonna have to change up the list. You can't have it how I have it. Yeah. So hopefully this list will be good. It has a few range options, some tanky options with Be'lakor, where your opponent can't like reroll hits and wounds and stuff, because he's just a mad lad. He's given reroll aura. Yeah, demon or disciples of Be'lakor unit, excluding vehicles. But then he has it's hit roll of 1 versus all hit roll. Yeah, so it just gives them hit rolls of 2, 1 and 2 for a bloodletter. Is that really good then? Well, if you go against something that's -1 to hit in melee, then it's gonna be really much better. You know what? No, because it doesn't say core for Shadow Lord. Wait, is it supposed to have core? Hold up. Was I not paying attention? Yeah, Legiones Demonica Core. This was it changed? Excuse me? Hold on, I need to freaking verify this. Oh, I think this is the old one. Yeah, so it is core. Honestly, oh god, I forgot that he just has the ones built in. If it wasn't the core thing, then you could then do these, but then it's vehicles. Well, you could still do the contorted epitomes, give them rerolls, but I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's better than to actually get rid of that just for the extra CP. Can you target yourself? No, because core, that's right. Honestly, no, get rid of the Shadow Lord. F that. Extra CP. It just doesn't have enough value. Get rid of it. Twos, ooh. CP should be better in other ways. Anywho, back to what I was saying. Noctis, Noct. Mortal Vigor. So, subtract 1 from the wound roll when targeting him. 4 up invul. They can't reroll the hit roll. And subtract 1 from the hit roll as well. Reducing leadership. Yeah, he's got... Oh, and fun fact, if he targets a Demon Prince model, you can reroll the hit roll and the wounds. Yeah, he's not like other demons. And so he's also kind of good in the anti-demon meta if you want to do that. I feel like this, out of the 5 demon armies, I think I'm going to put... Ooh. I think at the bottom is Slaanesh, then Khorne, maybe. I definitely think Tzeentch is 1 or 2. Damn, I don't know. I think honestly, yeah. It's so close. And I think this is better than Tzeentch. Especially if he gets... The biggest thing is if they get Locus of Shadows as well. Because everyone else is kind of lost their army thing, and it's just Warp Storm, but he gets Warp Storm and he gives Locus of Shadows, and that's if. I don't know. If he doesn't give Locus of Shadows, then maybe he's 2 or 3, depending. And then Khorne and Nurgle is really close to me. I think it really depends on what you're fighting. If you're against range stuff, Nurgle is better. If you're against melee stuff, Khorne is better. Against a few matchups, Slaanesh is better than them. But generally, against all things, Tzeentch is going to be really freaking good. And I just feel like Be'lakor gets a bit better there. I think Be'lakor would lose the Tzeentch matchup. But excluding that, he should win more matchups than Tzeentch should, I think. But with that said, let me know if my army's ass. But if you do, please tell me why constructively. Like, share, subscribe if you feel like it. Comment down below. I enjoy good-natured comments, or that talk about game stuff. If you like the content, let me know. And if I effed up, feel free to point it out. But I think this is going to be pretty good. This brings you to 4 CP, because if what I'm reading is wrong and Be'lakor's new Warlord trait doesn't affect just core, then he's worth it, run it. If it affects just core, I don't think it's worth it. You can, again, make the scenario if you pick against your opponent and you know they're going to have -1 to hit melee for the bloodletters, then they're rerolling 1s, 2s, and 3s. But, I mean, I think you're going to want the extra CP to play with, because that'll give you options in this army that you wouldn't normally have anyway. But yeah, without further ado, take care and game on, gamers.